This is the new Festool TID18 impact driver. Small, compact, comes in at just under 2 pounds. Has 3 different modes. We've got T mode, which I'll explain here in a little bit, and then 3 different speeds. Those 3 speeds go all the way up to 3,200 RPM. That's about 4,500 mechanical hits of the internal mechanism at that 3,200 RPM. That gives you roughly 1,600 inch-pounds of torque. And with adjustability, I can start out at the lower speed, which is about 1,200 RPM. So if I'm running in Tapcon screws, I don't want to strip those out. or I can go all the way up to the full speed if I'm running a screw like that at that 3200 RPM. Typically higher speed means higher torque. The T mode, what that does is that's if I'm going to be running into sheet metal, if I'm going to be putting up metal siding, metal roofing, ductwork. If I'm using a self-tapping screw, I want to have high speed going through that piece of metal, but then I want to drop down that speed at the last minute when it gets into that wood so it doesn't strip it out. So that starts at 3200 RPM and it drops down to 750 RPM when you have that T mode on. Another big thing that we've changed is the bit holder. This takes a standard 1/4 inch bit holder. It doesn't have to be Festool, it can be any bit holder on the market. Easy to put in and put out. We have a couple different impact rated bits. 1 or 2 inch bits, we have got some little short stubby bits, and then a bit holder as well that is impact rated. For those little bits, we also have a bit storage on the side. I can take one of those bits, it's magnetic, holds very securely, so if I'm on a ladder, I don't have to put those in my pocket or my tool belt where I can't find them. And I can also put that bit holder in there. It holds my impact rated bits. Onboard LED light to light the area that I'm going to be working in if I'm in a dark cabinet or a closet someplace. With that 4 amp hour battery, you can get about 800 screws, 1/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch screws out of one charge. Belt clip that's adjustable to both sides, or I can take it off completely and just shove it in my tool pouch. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you what the drill itself can do. So now I'm going to show you a couple different applications with the TID. First one, I'm going to run this long lag screw into these pieces of wood, just like I'm running into a ledger board on a deck. I'll run that at 3200 RPM, which is the highest speed, and then I'll switch it down to T mode to show off running these sheet steel screws. So now that I've got that long screw that I've just put in that material, I want to run self-tapping sheet metal screws into this piece of metal, but I don't want the full speed, because if I use that full speed, what happens is it breaks through that metal and then it just strips out the threads in the wood that's in there. So that's where I'm going to switch to the T mode. So right now I'm on speed 3. If I just go one more, it switches me right to the T mode. So now what's going to happen, it starts out at 3200 RPM, breaks through that sheet metal, and then once it senses it's broken through that sheet metal and senses the torque of the material, it's going to slow down to a slower RPM, 750 RPM, to run that in there. So let me show you. So you could hear it fast, and then it slows down to 750. So now I've seen a little bit of what the TID can do. It's got the 4 amp hour high output battery, small compact size, the versatility and the capability of the T mode all the way up to the 3200 RPM. You can purchase this drill at any of our participating Festool dealers.
yourhome.co.za, online shopping the easy way.